Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns is arguably the biggest superstar in WWE today. The OTC struggled for almost a decade to fulfill his destiny as the face of the company, but his 2020 heel turn changed everything. He went on a nearly 4-year run as world champion, widely regarded as the best of the modern era. The leader of the OG bloodline finally dropped the undisputed WWE Universal title in 2024 and has been arguably the most popular babyface in the promotion since. He is set to open 2025 in tribal combat against his usurper Solo Sikoa on Raw's Netflix debut, setting the tone for the new era. The rest of the year will be intriguing, as the head of the table continues to navigate life as a babyface and face his past as 2025 rolls around. Let's look at 4 mistakes WWE must not make with Roman Reigns next year. Roman Reigns was the undisputed WWE Universal Champion for a record 16 days from Payback 2022 WrestleMania XL. His reign was highly acclaimed, with many labeling him the greatest pro wrestling champion of the modern era. So dominant was Reigns that it took Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, John Cena, and The Undertaker to thwart the bloodline and allow Cody Rhodes to dethrone him. Less than a year later, some fans of the OTC and bloodline are calling for him to win his 7th world title. While it would be different to see him navigate life as a heroic champion, it's too soon for the creative team to go this route. Reigns worked with virtually every top star in the company and is yet to finish addressing the fallout from that. Making him champion again so soon would feel unfair to the likes of Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre, who are yet to get their turn to hold him accountable for his actions as a heel. After almost a decade of speculation, The Rock finally returned to WWE to confront Roman Reigns on the road to WrestleMania XL. However, the "We Want Cody" movement stopped those plans dead in their tracks, leading to the creation of the final boss. The Great One and OTC then teamed up at the Show of Shows, delaying their dream matchup for at least another year going into 2025. Early rumors surrounding WrestleMania 41 suggest that the Samoan megastar's much-anticipated bout may not be happening this year as well. It has been reported that the Brahma Bull may instead face Cody Rhodes in Las Vegas, or miss the show altogether. This has pushed many fans who were already impatient to see Rock vs. Reigns to the edge of apathy. If the 10-time world champion is available, the time is perfect to have the dream match, a decade in the making. Waiting another year might be a massive mistake that could kill fan enthusiasm for it. The Bloodline is arguably the most impactful storyline in WWE history. Not only did it elevate every family member involved, from Roman Reigns to Tonga Loa, but it also helped propel multiple opponents of the family to new heights. 2 of the names that stand out in the latter category are Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. McIntyre and Owens turned heel as a result of their frustrations with the bloodline, and are on arguably the best runs of their careers in the Stamford-based company. Both superstars seem destined to inevitably lock horns with Reigns, attempting to get justice for the bloodline wronging them. This will be a golden opportunity to use the OTC to cement them as top stars on his level. Just like Cody Rhodes did, the Scottish Warrior and the prizefighter must defeat the former Shield powerhouse, even if he is protected in defeat. The opposite result would arguably be a mistake. Neither Owens nor McIntyre would ever recover from the inception of the bloodline in 2020 until WWE WrestleMania XL. Roman Reigns was the undisputed centerpiece of the storyline. Everything flowed through him, and everything was ultimately set up to serve him as the tribal chief. When he returned to face a Solo Sikoa-led bloodline, he took on a more peripheral role, sharing the spotlight with the rest of the family. He will begin 2025 by facing his usurper for the right to be named undisputed tribal chief, after which he could face The Rock at WrestleMania 41. Beyond that, Reigns must be distanced from the new bloodline, allowing them to grow on their own. Keeping him tied with them will not only become repetitive and stunt their growth, but also hold both parties back from interacting with the rest of the roster. There is a whole field of CM Punks and Drew McIntyres out there, and the sooner Reigns and Sikoa finish up with each other, the sooner they can branch out. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, is undeniably one of WWE's most significant assets in recent history. His rise to superstardom has not only reshaped his career but also transformed the WWE landscape, positioning him as the cornerstone of the company. However, with the dawn of 2025 approaching, WWE faces a crucial juncture in handling Roman Reigns' character and legacy. As Reigns continues to dominate as the Universal Champion and chief figurehead of the Bloodline faction, WWE must make strategic decisions to avoid potential missteps. Here, we explore 4 critical mistakes WWE must avoid with Roman Reigns in 2025. 1. Overexposure and fatigue. Roman Reigns' current run as the top star in WWE has been unprecedented. His head-of-the-table persona has been incredibly successful, but like all good things, there is a danger in overexposure. One of WWE's biggest mistakes would be to keep Reigns in the spotlight too long without evolving his character or storylines. Prolonged overexposure can lead to audience fatigue, where fans become disillusioned with his omnipresence in the main event scene. Why overexposure is dangerous. Wrestling fans, like any other audience, need variety. A monotonous and unchanging champion at the top can begin to feel repetitive, and even Roman's immense charisma and popularity won't shield him from this. WWE is at its best when it provides a dynamic balance of top talent, and when one figure is constantly in the spotlight, it leaves little room for new challengers to rise. Reigns' dominance has been a significant draw for WWE, but it also creates a very limited space for the next wave of talent to be built up. Roman Reigns' storylines have been well crafted, but with the heavy reliance on the bloodline narrative and his championship reigns, there is a risk of plateauing. To prevent this, WWE should avoid having Reigns appear in every high-profile segment or match. Limiting his television appearances and ensuring his appearances are strategic rather than overbearing would keep his aura intact. Additionally, breaking up his presence with carefully timed absences could ensure that his eventual return feels like a major event rather than just another part of the weekly grind. How WWE can avoid overexposure. 1. Limit title defenses. While Reigns' title reign has been historic, there's no need to defend the title every month. This allows for more exciting, unpredictable moments to come from other storylines. 2. Craft compelling rivalries. Rather than just using Reigns to elevate others through his dominant victories, WWE must create rivalries that make sense for both Reigns and his opponents. A healthy rotation of challengers can keep things fresh. 3. Use Reigns in a variety of roles. Reigns doesn't have to be constantly wrestling. WWE should use him as a manager, a character in segments, and as the authoritative figure behind the scenes. 2. Underestimating the need for new talent and fresh rivalries. Roman Reigns has faced a wide range of opponents during his reign, but one of the most significant challenges WWE faces in 2025 is the creation of fresh, legitimate rivalries. Reigns has already battled and defeated some of the company's biggest stars, and as we look to 2025, his list of potential fresh challengers is becoming thinner. WWE cannot afford to recycle old rivalries without introducing compelling, new faces to the main event scene. Why this is a mistake. Reigns' immense success has been built on feuds with high-profile names like Brock Lesnar, Edge, Daniel Bryan, and more recently, Cody Rhodes. While these rivalries have been thrilling, relying on them too much in 2025 would make it feel like WWE is retreading old ground. Reigns' value lies not only in his ability to elevate others, but also in the new and exciting matches that keep fans invested in his story. If WWE fails to develop fresh stars, it risks stagnating Reigns' reign and potentially causing fans to lose interest in his matches. How WWE can avoid this mistake. 1. Push emerging talent. WWE must continue to elevate emerging stars like LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Austin Theory, ensuring that they are ready for a prime feud with Roman. A few well-booked newcomers can create fresh chemistry with Reigns and produce exciting bouts. 2. Long-term storytelling. WWE needs to build rivalries with long-term investment. Storylines should be stretched out over months, even years, to allow these emerging stars to truly become the next generation of talent, rather than rushing them into high-profile matches too soon. 3. Focus on character development. WWE must invest in solid character development for new faces. Reigns himself is a prime example of how strong character work elevates a wrestler from being a good wrestler to an iconic figure. WWE must craft compelling stories around up-and-coming talent. One potential match for 2025 is a program between Reigns and someone like Jey Uso, who has recently been positioned as a top-tier talent in his own right. A return to the Bloodline story, but with different dynamics or new developments, could re-energize Reigns' reign. 3. Breaking the Bloodline too early. The Bloodline storyline has been one of the most intriguing and successful story arcs in WWE in recent years. It's given Roman Reigns a depth of character and has provided a platform for the likes of Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa to shine. However, a mistake that WWE could make in 2025 is prematurely ending or breaking apart the Bloodline faction. Why breaking up the Bloodline too soon is a mistake? The Bloodline is the foundation of Roman Reigns' current character. It's not just a stable, it's an intricate part of his identity. Reigns' dominance is not just because of his in-ring abilities, but because of his role as the tribal chief, the head of this family. The dynamics between him and his cousins, especially Jey Uso, have created some of the most emotionally charged moments in WWE in recent years. If WWE were to dismantle the Bloodline too soon, it would risk stripping Roman Reigns of his character's depth and purpose. Fans are still invested in the family drama, and it feels like a story that could go on for years, with potential for new chapters. By breaking it up prematurely, WWE could miss out on major emotional payoff and potentially alienate fans who have invested heavily in the story. How WWE can avoid this mistake? 1. Continue developing the family drama. The tension within the Bloodline, particularly with Jey Uso, could continue to be a key story in 2025. The shifting dynamics of the faction could lead to a highly satisfying payoff for both Reigns and the audience. 2. Avoid rushing Jey Uso's betrayal or redemption. A major storyline for Reigns could be an eventual feud with Jey Uso, or even the complete dissolution of the faction. However, WWE must avoid rushing this. The longer the slow burn, the more powerful the payoff will be when it does occur. 3. Introduce new elements. To keep the Bloodline dynamic interesting, WWE can introduce new family members or figures who further complicate Reigns' control. Bringing in fresh characters who are tied to the family can add layers and intrigue. 4. Failing to plan for the future beyond Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will not be in WWE forever. As he continues to dominate the wrestling scene, WWE must begin to plan for a post-Reigns era, where new stars will need to be established to carry the company forward. One of the biggest mistakes WWE could make in 2025 is failing to set the stage for Reigns' eventual departure or transition into a new role. Why this is a mistake? Roman Reigns is a once-in-a-generation talent, and his departure, whenever it comes, will leave a massive void in WWE. If WWE fails to properly build new stars or craft a solid transition plan, it could lead to a period of instability where no one is able to fill the gap left by Reigns. The company risks losing the momentum that has been built over the past several years. WWE must ensure that there is a solid pipeline of talent that can step up to the top spot once Reigns decides to take a step back or retire. This is not only about creating a worthy successor to Reigns, but also about establishing a new narrative that can carry WWE into a new era. How WWE can avoid this mistake? 1. Develop new main event stars. As mentioned earlier, WWE must focus on elevating new talent. By 2025, we should see the development of multiple top-tier contenders who can be positioned to replace Reigns. 2. Create significant character arcs for challengers. While Reigns dominates, challengers must be built up as credible threats. WWE should avoid the trap of booking them as weak or secondary. Every new challenger should have a distinct character and motivation that makes them a credible threat. 3. Long-term planning for title transitions. The eventual loss of the Universal Championship by Reigns should be a carefully planned event. WWE should invest time in building the perfect story around it, ensuring that whoever takes the title from Reigns will be able to maintain the spotlight and carry the company forward. Conclusion. Roman Reigns' future in WWE is incredibly bright, but the company must be mindful of the mistakes it could make in 2025. Overexposure, failure to build fresh rivalries, prematurely ending the bloodline, and neglecting the future beyond Reigns are all potential pitfalls that WWE must avoid. By continuing to evolve Reigns' character, supporting new talent, and focusing on long-term storytelling, WWE can ensure that Reigns' legacy remains intact and that the company continues to thrive long after his eventual departure from the top of the mountain. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.